In the world of money, there is a mathematical whisper known as the Rule of 72, a principle so elegantly simple that it feels almost supernatural. It quantifies the time it takes for your wealth to double through compounding, turning patience into pure power. The wealthy don't ignore it, they orchestrate their entire financial strategy around it. Imagine your money quietly working while you sleep, compounding in the background like an invisible employee who never takes a break. The Rule of 72 tells you how long it takes the quiet worker to double its output, simply by dividing 72 by your rate of return. The elite see it not as math, but as a life philosophy. At its core, the formula is clear: divide 72 by the annual interest rate, and you get the approximate years needed for your money to double. An investment earning 6% annually doubles in about 12 years. Wealth isn't magic, it's the disciplined use of predictable mathematics in unpredictable markets. This principle is no secret among top investors. For decades, they've used it as a compass to make every financial decision, from real estate to private equity. When you understand doubling time, you no longer chase trends, you engineer outcomes. Warren Buffett's empire wasn't built through risky bets, it grew through mastery of compounding. He didn't just know the Rule of 72, he lived by it, turning decades into an advantage. The rich view time itself as an asset multiplier. In contrast, most people chase instant gratification. They underestimate how slow compounding feels at first, only to realize years later how unstoppable it becomes. The Rule of 72 teaches the rich to delay the thrill of now for the quiet reward of exponential growth. Consider this: at 10% annual return, money doubles roughly every 7 years. In 21 years, $1 becomes 8. The wealthy grasp that every percent gained or lost alters destiny, and that each decision compounds into something profoundly larger than it appears. Banks have always understood this rule, except, they often position themselves on the receiving end of it. While the average saver earns minimal interest, banks reinvest deposits at higher yields. The truly rich refuse to be the ones earning fractions, they strive to own the mechanisms of compounding. When the Rule of 72 becomes your lens, everything in finance changes. You stop asking if an investment is good and start asking how fast it doubles. Doubling time becomes the heartbeat of strategy, the rhythm of freedom. The elite apply this principle beyond money. They use it to multiply knowledge, influence, and leverage. Every skill, every relationship, compounds when managed like capital, measured not by immediate return, but by doubling potential. The Rule of 72 breaks illusions about wealth being random or luck-driven. It demonstrates that consistent returns, even if modest, outpace sporadic bursts of gain. Those who internalize it understand that wealth accelerates only when it's allowed to breathe through time. Time is the hidden partner of the wealthy. They respect it more than money itself, knowing that the faster your rate of return, the shorter the doubling cycle. They design portfolios where every asset works as hard as they do, continuously and predictably. Education is critical. Most people never learn this rule in school, yet it governs every mortgage, credit card, and retirement fund. The few who do learn it early, transform years of missed opportunity into decades of generational advantage. The difference between 8% and 12% returns may seem small, but over decades, it's the difference between comfortable living and financial legend. The Rule of 72 amplifies the compounding nature of even subtle improvements. High-net-worth families structure trusts and funds around predictable doubling. They project timelines not in years, but in doubling cycles, mapping future wealth trajectories with surgical precision. This is long-term vision disguised as mathematics. Institutional investors use models derived from this rule to forecast fund performance and allocate capital with confidence. They understand that compounding requires not only capital, but discipline and immunity to emotional decision-making. Now, for a simple example. If you invest $100,000 at 9% annual return, you can expect it to double roughly every 8 years. In 24 years, that same amount could exceed $800,000, without adding a single new dollar. The wealthy don't obsess over short-term price swings. They visualize long-term doubling timelines and adjust strategy accordingly. Market volatility becomes noise, not disruption, when you understand the silent certainty of compounding. The rule of 72 also exposes the hidden threat of inflation. If inflation averages 3%, your purchasing power halves roughly every 24 years. The rich hedge aggressively to stay on the positive side of compounding. Debt compounds too, just in reverse. When interest works against you, it doubles what you owe instead of what you own. The financially literate see it as a mirror image of the rule of 72, a path either to abundance or enslavement. This is why the elite borrow selectively. They use debt only when it multiplies productive assets faster than the interest it accrues. Compounding can build or destroy, alignment determines which. Financial literacy begins with understanding how fast you want your wealth to double, and what rate of return can get you there safely. Every investment is a trade between time and risk, both ruled by the same principle. Compounding loves consistency. Missing even a few years of growth can delay financial independence by a decade. The rule of 72 reminds us that the only true luxury is time intelligently multiplied. Among the super-rich, conversations often revolve around optimizing returns without destabilizing risk. They ask, how can we accelerate doubling without sacrificing resilience? The rule of 72 becomes a shared language of intergenerational ambition. Technology now empowers more people to track and simulate compounding growth in real time. Apps project doubling timelines to show how small contributions evolve into massive outcomes. The principle has never been more accessible. Yet accessibility isn't the same as mastery. Knowledge without patience leads to reactive investing. The wealthy respect the time horizon, a discipline forged through experience and measured by decades, not months. When you internalize this rule, investment reports begin to read differently. You no longer ask if something grows, but how fast it doubles relative to inflation. That simple change in mindset separates the financially free from the perpetually chasing. The rule of 72 is more than a formula, it is a mirror reflecting your relationship with time, return, and discipline. Each doubling cycle tells a story of choices, foresight, and patience rewarded. The elite measure their wealth not by what they own now, but by how many doubling cycles remain in their lifetime. They structure every major decision, business, investment, legacy, around maximizing those remaining cycles. Imagine viewing your life like a series of compounding moments. Each year of effort, learning, and investment adds invisible value that multiplies quietly behind the scenes. In the grand arithmetic of wealth, time becomes your greatest business partner. The great paradox of compounding is that it rewards the patient and punishes the hasty. Those who understand this rule learn to wait with confidence, knowing growth is inevitable when time and rate align. The rich have mastered emotional control as a prerequisite to financial control. When financial advisors talk about consistent returns, they are ultimately teaching the philosophy behind 72. It promotes balance, reminding us that greed and fear are compounding's greatest threats. The elite insulate themselves from both through education and strategy. Generational wealth isn't about inheritance alone. It's about systems passed from one generation to another, taught, measured, and executed through mathematical wisdom. The rule of 72 ensures the next cycle begins stronger than the last. Your wealth journey begins when you shift from chasing money to managing its growth rhythmically. Each investment, like a seed, demands sunlight, patience, and time to double. The mathematics stays simple, the mindset must evolve. In the end, the rule of 72 teaches you that wealth is not speed, it's consistency magnified through time. The rich don't ask how to get rich fast, they ask how to stay compounding long. Everything else, eventually, falls into place. So take a moment today, look at your portfolio, your savings, your habits, and ask one question: how fast are they doubling? When you live by the rule of 72, every decision becomes part of a grand compounding masterpiece.